An expert predicts Trump's defeat in the New York fraud case, in which he lost a record $250 million. This video provides all the necessary information. To start receiving our daily breaking news updates, please subscribe and enable alerts before I continue. I appreciate it. According to legal expert Renato Mariotti, former President Trump's $250 million civil fraud trial in New York is doomed to fail. Newsweek reported this on December 3, 2023. In her complaint, which she filed last year, New York Attorney General Letitia James said that Trump, his adult sons, and the senior executives organization had conspired to falsify Trump's net worth in financial statements given to banks and insurance companies. In terms of transactions and loans, the objective, according to James, was to strengthen Trump's finances. The Republican candidate for president in 2024, Trump, has maintained his innocence and accused the prosecution of being politically motivated. He has denied any wrongdoing. As the trial progressed, Trump adopted a combative stance, criticizing the judges and court personnel on multiple occasions, including on Truth Social. A silent order was imposed, limiting Trump's capacity to make incendiary statements as a result of his behavior. Following Trump's assault on Allison Greenfield, Judge Arthur Engoron's law clerk issued the fine. The former president also took aim at Engoron's wife, whom he said had posted derogatory comments about him online. She vehemently rejects the claims. As Trump's legal team prepared to file a complete appeal to have Engoron's 2 gag orders lifted, a state appellate judge put them on hold in November. Engoron maintained his will to adhere strictly to the directives in light of the latest decision by the appeals court, even if he was granted a reprieve. In light of the reinstatement of the gag order, legal expert Renato Mariotti speculated that Trump, in an effort to deflect attention from what he views as an impending defeat, may step up his attacks on the judge and court personnel. A slow plea is a legal term where a defendant prolongs judicial procedures anticipating an adverse outcome. Mariotti compared Trump's condition to this in an interview with MSNBC, describing it as a lengthy, gradual loss. According to Mariotti, Trump is attempting to deflect attention away from his defeat with Engoron by making this a formality. He brought up the possibility that Trump is trying to stir up trouble with the judge by making the story more personal by raising questions about the judge's stance on protection for Engoron's wife. Michael McAuliffe, a former federal prosecutor and another legal expert, acknowledged the New York Appellate Court's decision to reinstate the limited gag order. McAuliffe emphasized that the trial judge had indicated an inclination to implement the order. Concerning the order's possible effect on the defendant's evidence and offenses, McAuliffe offered his remarks. The matter of penalties for infractions remains unresolved. Legal expert Glenn Kirshner voiced her disapproval of Trump's repeated attacks in an interview of her own, highlighting the need for judges to take action in response to threats or intimidation directed at witnesses. Judges in different areas may opt to enforce hush-hush orders to limit such behavior, according to Kirshner, who warned that Trump's luck may be changing. The civil fraud trial in New York is still front and center as the legal fights drag on, highlighting the controversy and complexity surrounding Trump's business operations. The court's reaction to Trump's incendiary remarks is the reinstatement of the order of quiet, which means the former president will be subject to an ongoing legal investigation and may face consequences. Melania Trump faced humiliation in front of enormous audiences. According to Newsweek, Slovenian pop singer Ben Dolig started a debate about Melania Trump's attire at Rosalynn Carter's by mocking her on TikTok. Melania Trump's memorial ceremony is a fitting tribute to the most renowned person in my nation. Something tells me that the Slovenian music industry isn't exactly thriving. Dolig gave watches to a few of his favorite Slovenian musicians while making fun of the ex-model. Keep watching till the very end and have fun with it. Please hit the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss a beat of breaking news before we go any further. Melania Trump rose to prominence in Europe as a model before relocating to New York City in 1996. She was born in Novo Mesto, Yugoslavia, now Slovenia, in 1970. After marrying Donald Trump in 2005, she became the second First Lady to be born overseas and later became president in 2016 following his election. Notwithstanding, despite being named the most famous Slovenian in a hilariously informal straw poll, Melania Trump's popularity ratings during her husband's reign were dismal. Dolig's TikTok video was carefree, according to a CNSSRS poll from 2021, which showed a 42% approval rating. The investigation into Melania Trump's public persona continued unabated. Rumors regarding marital problems have circulated due to Melania's quiet and infrequent public appearances, although her former aide has denied these claims, describing Melania's public persona as intentionally enigmatic and confusing. As the Republican primary season approaches, former President Donald Trump is attracting Iowa voters with his charisma and plea for a return to traditional conservative ideals. According to The Hill, Trump's visit to the Hawkeye State on Saturday, December 2, 2023, marks the beginning of a highly anticipated and heavily watched primary season. Trump addressed a large crowd in Iowa in his trademark style, reiterating the core policy principles that have guided his political career. One of his key points was the importance of a robust economy, a theme that had resonated with voters during his two previous runs for president. The president bragged about his administration's achievements, mentioning pre-pandemic economic growth and historically low unemployment rates. A bold and aggressive stance on the global stage was something he advocated for while stressing his America First stance. Also coming to the fore was Trump's foreign policy stance. Voters in Iowa who have long been concerned about America's global standing and how international trade will impact their communities' economies found something to resonate with. Like throughout his campaign, the former president engaged the crowd by telling stories while expressing his views passionately. By speaking about the struggles of average Americans and promising to defend their rights and ideals, Trump was able to demonstrate his capacity to connect with them on a personal level. The outcome of presidential campaigns has often hinged on the Iowa primary. Donald Trump's decision to focus on the state early in the primary season demonstrates the strategic importance of the region. Thanks to the state's conservative majority, Trump has a receptive and willing audience in Iowa that is eager to hear his message. Even though Trump's visit was well received by supporters outside the venue, many who disagreed with his values and management style resisted it. Protesters came out in droves to express their displeasure with Trump's divisive policies and to call for a more inclusive government. This disparity mirrors the increased polarization that has lately defined American politics. When Trump entered Iowa during the primary season, he set the conditions for a thrilling and tough struggle in the approaching primaries. He will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in organizing a dedicated base and motivating followers. The Iowa results could sway the rest of the primary season, serving as a gauge of national sentiment. With the start of the primary season quickly approaching, Trump's recent trip to Iowa marks the beginning of a new chapter in American politics. The outcome of the upcoming primaries will be heavily dependent on his ability to galvanize support for his leadership style and captivate voters with a compelling national vision. In light of the ever-changing political landscape, all eyes will be on Iowa to gauge national sentiment and foretell how the primary season may unfold. When Trump was in office, what precisely occurred at his rallies that astonished his former staff? According to our sources, there were times when Trump's remarks got very confusing, with lots of sidetracks, missing ideas, and incomplete sentences. These incidents raised questions about his mental clarity and the efficacy of his message communication. Speculation, analysis, and a variety of reactions from proponents and detractors have followed these remarks. Take a moment out of your day to watch this video, and then hit the subscribe button and bell icon to stay up to date with all our news and updates. As part of our efforts to understand more about the reactions and criticisms of Trump's rambling speeches, we conducted interviews with individuals who are similar to you and combed through social media. Critics have criticized Trump for his incoherence, while fans have defended him by pointing to his distinctive delivery and impromptu comments as reasons for his defense. Some people, however, expressed significant concerns regarding his mental health and his capacity for leadership. This intriguing issue becomes even more complicated as a result of the large diversity of perspectives that are being considered. For the purpose of providing you with a comprehensive summary of Trump's rambling talks, we have consulted with professionals in the fields of communication, linguistics, and psychology. The results of their investigation shed light on the likely causes of incoherent speech patterns as well as the implications these patterns have for public figures such as Donald Trump. Some people have emphasized the significance of having leadership that is both consistent and unambiguous, while others have argued that the pressures of public speaking and the president may have played a factor in these occurrences. Upon closer inspection, the complexities of this matter become more apparent. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former advisor in the Trump White House, expressed surprise during the CNN panel discussion over Donald Trump's inconsistent performance at the two rallies in Iowa. The rallies took place in Iowa. According to what Raw Story reported on Sunday, December 3, 2023, Farah Griffin brought up the fact that Trump's rhetorical accuracy had substantially decreased, despite the fact that Trump's attacks on Biden were the dominant topic of conversation at the beginning of the debate. Farah Griffin admitted that Trump frequently utilizes projection to blame others for his difficulties during an interview with CNN's Dana Bash for the State of the Union. Last week, the interview was scheduled to take place. The attention, however, shifted to Trump's movements and performance when he addressed the crowd through his speech. Following the viewing of a video of the former president delivering a speech in Iowa, he surprised Bash. It came as a complete surprise to his old staff when they learned of Trump's rambling rally remarks. This new development has raised questions about his capability for effective communication as well as his mental stability. As a result, let us investigate this mysterious phenomenon in greater depth, as well as the answers it has prompted and the implications it has brought about. President Trump's public humiliation at his own event caused the internet to go into a frenzy. A great number of individuals have strong feelings regarding this occurrence and the implications it has for leadership, public speech, and an individual's personal responsibility. Considering the unique nature of this occurrence, its reception, and the potential outcomes it could lead to, let us delve deeper into its investigation. While you are watching this video, we would appreciate it if you would put aside a few minutes of your valuable time to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications. This will allow you to remain current with all of our most recent news. Initially, a brief history lesson on Trump and his rallies is in order. Then we will be able to move on to the specifics. The captivating appearance and persuasive oratory talents that former President Trump possesses have contributed to his rise to fame. In the course of his highly anticipated rallies, he would address his supporters, present his ideas, and engage in political discourse on a variety of subjects. The following is a description of the embarrassing occurrence that occurred and the consequences that resulted from it. What actually took place that led to Trump embarrassing himself while he was speaking at his own rally? At the rally, Trump reportedly made a series of statements that were either inconsistent, irrational, or based on erroneous facts. Our sources have confirmed the veracity of these statements. As a result of his remarks, he found himself in a position that was both awkward and unpleasant, as the audience responded with surprise and skepticism. A wide range of responses flooded in from those who either supported or opposed the action as the video of the incident went viral. We looked through social media and engaged with viewers such as yourself in order to gain a better understanding of the responses and discussion that have been generated by Trump's embarrassing circumstances. Party lines have resulted in fiercely divided opinions. Some people who have faith in Trump's ability to govern are in favor of him, and they argue that the incident is nothing more than a manifestation of his unique manner of presentation. His critics, on the other hand, have expressed their reservations about his ability to serve in a government position and have interpreted this occurrence as evidence of his inadequate capabilities. The large range of perspectives available further complicates this controversial issue. In order to properly assess the event of Trump embarrassing himself on stage and the consequences that it has, it is necessary to take a step back and look at the wider picture simultaneously. With the goal of shedding light on what may have led up to this and how it may affect Trump's legacy, we sought the advice of professionals in the fields of psychology, political science, and communication. Some argue that political discourse complexity and the associated anxiety of public speaking fall short of expectations. The previous president, Donald Trump, displayed his unwavering resolve during a rally that took place in Iowa not too long ago. When his old co-workers made feeble attempts to discredit him by claiming that he was losing his mental sharpness, he was able to maintain his credibility. Additionally, throughout his rally, Trump reinforced his position as the unchallenged leader of the party. Opponents of the event accused it of being obscene, claiming that it was a means of mobilizing and revitalizing the party's members in response to the alleged cognitive deterioration of the former president. During the event, an official from the Trump administration who wished to remain anonymous made a flimsy allusion to the president's incoherence, which gave the impression that the senior leader is struggling with mental illness. The timing of the unnamed official's remark, coinciding with rumors of Trump's return to politics, is peculiar, especially considering it is a false accusation. Please feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section while we wait. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up.